Disney friends, it's Amber with MickeyTravels. I'm back today to do a quick top 10 list of the signature restaurants located at the Walt Disney World Resort. And I've got the webpage up because I've got all of the restaurants links up and ready for you to kind of go over menus and to discuss locations and just figure out what is the best value here. Now, the dining plans do take credits from these signature locations. It just depends on which dining plan that you're on. So if you're on the main page and you go to things to do and make reservations, it's going to show you all of the dining locations that accept reservations. And you can go over here even and click which dining plan if you want to weed out the ones that are not going to be accepted with your plan. Now, the quick service plan is not going to take any credits for these signature locations. The regular dining plan will use 2 table service credits at all of these locations. The deluxe dining plan will also use 2 credits for each of those locations. And if you think this is going to be an experience where you're going to be doing multiple signature restaurants, you may want to consider a premium and platinum plan. Those signature locations only use 1 credit through both of these plans. They can be kind of pricey. I've done a ton of research because my husband and I are going to be on the deluxe plan this summer, and we're going to have a signature restaurant every night to try to utilize our credits. So the way to quickly see where all of these reservations can be made, there is, under Dining Experience, you can click Find Signature Dining, and it will give you all of the choices for the signature restaurants. Now, these are all 2 credits, or they don't take credits at all. I think on this list we only have 1 that takes platinum and premium, but it doesn't take anything else, so you'd have to pay out of pocket if you're on any of the other dining plans. Also, that are 2 credits but are not on this video are the dinner shows, and you can search for both at the same time, and those would include the Hoop-de-Doo and the Spirit of Aloha show. But those will not be on our list today. We're just going to do the signature and fine dining. This was a request from a few of my viewers that just wanted to see a little extra ambiance when they're visiting Disney and not just have the character locations or something quick. They wanted something very nice that they could get dressed up for. So all of these do have a resort casual dress code with the exception of a few, and I'll go over those. So let's get going. Number 10. Hollywood Brown Derby. This is located at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And we'll look here. It'll say it's a fine dining. Reservations are accepted and highly encouraged, by the way, on all of these. So where it says some dining plans accepted, this will notify us of how many credits with your plan will be needed to dine at this location. It also has, as of this video being made, this is December, but 2016, most of these, if not all, are exactly the same from the year before. Alright, looking at our menu. This is number 10 on my list because I've had some clients say that they didn't feel that the food was worth the 2 credits. The food was really, really good, but they didn't think that it was worth it on the 2 credits. So if you're going to dine here, maybe I suggest paying out of pocket for these. It is on the list, however, because it does offer a lunch and dinner. Most of these are going to be just dinner. So we're going to look at the dinner menus because I feel overall that the dinners are going to be more valuable to you than your lunches. If you're on the regular dining plan, you'll have an entree and dessert and beverage. The deluxe dining plan, which remember you get 3 table service per day, so it does make sense to dine more with the signature restaurants on that plan. You also get an appetizer. So we've got various options here, steaks, all different kinds of other items and chicken, and what they're known for is their Cobb salad, and that is on the appetizer menu. So if you are on the deluxe, that's pretty nice. It's a huge salad. You'll get that, the entree, and a dessert later. So a lot of these places aren't going to have a huge menu, and I mean they're a fine dining place, and most of them don't, and so it's going to be very elegant. And since this is in a theme park, they do understand that you may be in attire that would be theme park material. However, they do encourage that you do check with the dress code. If you visit back to the homepage of the restaurant, it will say down here if they do encourage any kind of dress code. And if you make a reservation over the phone, with Disney for any of those locations, they will notify you if it does require a dress code. Number 9 on my list, Yachtsman Steakhouse. This is located at the Yacht Club, which is near Epcot. And this one you would have to, if you're staying on property and utilizing Disney transportation, would need to visit a theme park first and then take the bus to this location. You can walk to it from Epcot if you're already inside of it. Alright, so this is one that we will actually be dining at this summer, one of our signature locations we've decided to try. All steaks, only serves dinner, and I believe those start at about 5 p.m. Lots of neat choices. You're going to notice that artisanal cheeses are going to be a choice for appetizers on most of these places. And they've got lots of fancy schmancy stuff. And from where I come from in the Midwest, it's going to be a real treat to have this type of food when we visit because we just don't normally dine at these locations. So that's a great thing with Disney. You can experience things that are not in your own reality. You can go and have tons and tons of food. Don't worry about diets. Just have a great time at trying new and unique things. So here's the steak choices, all different types of cuts. The prices are very, reasonable for the deluxe dining plan. You'll be using 2 credits on this. So if you are on the deluxe, what is it? About $100 a day, $100 per day. So, just getting the Casey strip with the appetizer and entree will almost pay for that full day of credits on its own. So completely worth it. I've heard the steaks are fabulous. I'm excited to try them. Great dessert choices. And again, there are kids menus at all of these places I'll be showing you, I think with the exception of one. And the drinks are going to be included are obviously non-alcoholic, but most of these places will have wines available as well. So check their wine list if you are a wine connoisseur. So Yachtsman Steakhouse, and I am not a seafood eater, so I'm excited to be having lots and lots of steak at a lot of these places, all different types on all of these menus. Number 8 on my list is the Flying Fish. This is located at Disney's Boardwalk. It is also going to be accessible via bus from a theme park, or you can take the ferry if you are at Hollywood Studios or Epcot. Fine dining, again, same type of characteristics as all of the other ones. Here is that dress code that I was telling you about. It will let you know here specific attire that is permitted. Most of them will all be the same though. Checking out our menu. And the other cool thing about this, and I'll go back to it, is they do have a lot of they do have a lot of reviews from people. You can check those out too. So dinner only, soup and salads, and an appetizer menu, sushi, mussels, yum, no. And then we go down to our entrees and all different sorts of meats, from fish to pork to scallops and steak. So something for everyone here. And sides on the menu as well. Great desserts. This is a location we won't be dining at. We've got others on our list, but this is a favorite of many of the other agents I work with and with some clients. And the theming and beauty inside is excellent as well. So this one I like on the list because of the variety of choices. If you've got someone like me in your party that doesn't like seafood and needs a ton of different options as well, even though this is a seafood-esque type place, it's nice that they do have a pork and steak here for those types of individuals. And again, going to be fancy schmancy. Number 7 on my list is located at the Wilderness Lodge. It is the Artist Point. This one is a favorite of many, but also a hidden gem. Since this is located in the Wilderness Lodge, the decor of that resort is beautiful anyway, and this restaurant is also just as beautiful. Pacific Northwest type food items here. It does also have a dress code you would need to look into. Appetizers, they're kind of limited, but you've got your typical ones we've been seeing on a lot of these others. Most of them have a selection of cheeses, soups and salads, and then main course here we've got a variety. We've got all types of seafood, pork, shank again, A strip loin that is buffalo. That is not anywhere else from what I've recalled with my research. So that's an interesting thing. And a Cornish hen. I believe Cinderella's Royal Table also has one of those, but very rare to see that on a menu as well. I am intrigued to try this one. I don't know if we'll have time, but just the uniqueness of the menu and the ambiance and location of this is a really plus for this. Now, it's not on a monorail, which makes it a little more difficult to get to, so if you're coming from Magic Kingdom, this would be a ferry ride to the Wilderness Lodge to get to this location. So, Artist Point. Number 6 on my list is located near the Animal Kingdom Park in the Animal Kingdom Lodge. Jiko, the cooking place. Again, 2 table service credits for anyone that's going to be on any of the regular dining plans, including the deluxe. This one's very unique and different than all of the others on here. It is an African cuisine type theme, and inside the decor is completely different than everything as well. Looking at our menu, this one is also a dinner only, and you can tell that when you visit the menu. It'll tell you on there. So, wild boar on an appetizer, just things that you probably could not find in a typical restaurant in the Disney parks. But again, Animal Kingdom itself has unique food choices everywhere, but this one is probably one of the best. And if you watched my other video on table service credits, Sanaa, which is also at Animal Kingdom Lodge, is another great one to try too. So steak, chicken, vegetarian option here with tofu, Botswana beef short rib, so something new to try, lamb. These enhancements I won't know for sure until I visit, but if you've had experience with this would probably be in addition to your dining plan. If you're on the deluxe or any other ones, you'd probably have to pay extra for that since it would not be included. A lot of the same desserts and also some different ones, inspired by the restaurant itself, with Kenyan coffee blended into one of their desserts here. So very unique items that you probably wouldn't be able to find anywhere else here. So this is Jiko, the cooking place, located at Animal Kingdom. Halfway through our list, we've got number 5. This is one that is a priority on our trip, so I'll let you know how that goes. Fulton's Crab House. 2 credits, like always. This one is located at the new Disney Springs, so if you've been watching some of my other videos, anytime I say Downtown Disney, that has now changed to Disney Springs. They are still having construction in the area, so be aware of that. Of course, this is going to be known for their crab. This one I have in the middle just because you do have a lunch or a dinner option. Very nice to have that. Lobster corn dogs, very unique appetizer there. So different things to choose from, but what everyone goes for, of course, is the different types of crab. Sorry, let me pull down to the dinner menu here so we can see the abundance of choices with the crab. A little loud, I hear, on when you do visit, just because, it's a large restaurant. But again, if you're not going to have the crab, you've got tons of other choices, and the menu is huge compared to all these other signature. But Canadian snow crab, Alaskan king, Alaskan queen, and a lobster boil. Tons of options for those of you that enjoy this type of food. So $65, that's a great price when using your credits, because that'll pay for more than half of what you had that day anyway. And then again, for someone like me, we've got steaks, ribs, and chicken to choose from. So this menu is very large and lots to choose from. The location is in the middle of Disney Springs, so when you are taking the bus, it is kind of a walk to get here, but you probably won't be disappointed just because of the abundance here. So number 5, Fulton's Crab House. Number 3 on my list is located in Epcot, so this one won't have necessarily the dress code like we've talked about. This is Yachtsman Steakhouse, and I'm sorry if I butchered the name. This is in Canada and is what I have been told, and this is going to be on our list as well, is the best steak on the Disney property. Comment below if you agree, disagree, and where your favorite steak is on Disney property. So we're going to check out the menu here. From people that I've visited, that I've booked, and other people that I know that have visited, they say that just the steak here just melts in your mouth like butter. So it's great. Appetizers, all types of different items to choose from. Some things we've seen before and some that we haven't. And then we look and we've got not an abundance, but we've got a few cuts of meat to choose from here, including bison, which we saw buffalo earlier. Filet mignon, I heard, is the one to get, but again, I'll let you know after I visit. So this has got, oh, this too, and their French fries I call poutine, I hear are to die for there too. So I did a whole video on Epcot snacking, so if you do have an opportunity to have a sit-down restaurant experience and you do have the credits to spare, I do recommend that. This is highly worth the 2 credits to visit at this location. So, and it's nice and convenient that it's in a theme park and you don't have to worry about the transportation back and forth. But remember to consider you do need a park ticket to enter here. So number 4, La Sierra. Number 3, Narcosis, which is located at the Disney Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. It's an easy monorail ride from the Magic Kingdom. This I have as the top when it comes to the seafood choices that I've listed so far. This one's going to have a brunch, which we haven't seen, and a dinner as well. We've got interesting soups to choose from, again, an appetizer menu with abundance of choices on the entree side compared to some of the other ones which had just had a few. So lots of different seafood here. We've got Alaskan halibut, Key West shrimp, we've got tuna, salmon, and then this, when I've been doing my research, my husband is a huge fan of seafood, so we're trying to choose 2 or 3 to do for this trip. This was one of the highest things we saw on any of the menus, so it would be completely worth it with the dining plan. You get the steak and a Maine lobster tail, $75. So this can be kind of pricey if you're paying out of pocket, but you just need to figure out if the dining plan is for you and if it is fit in your budget to have it paid for ahead of time. And I do a video, one of my very first or second videos I've done actually, on how to make sure the dining plan's worth it to you. So large dessert choice here. Their candy bar I heard is great as well. So probably the top when it comes to seafood on the Disney property. There is another one at Grand Floridian, Citrico's, which I've been choosing back and forth between to visit here, and I did not put it on my list just because it's so similar to a lot of the other ones I've seen, but this one stuck out also because I think the picture may show it here a little bit. Oops, sorry. It's very, very close to the water, and I believe right here in the background it shows the castle, so it does have a view of a fireworks show if you were to be there during that time. So great views, great food. Number 3 on my list. Number 2 is going to be one that I'm probably most looking forward to for our trip, California Grill, located at Disney's Contemporary Resort. I think I have this on almost all of my lists when I do dining, if it has anything to do with it. I'm super excited. As I've mentioned, I think previously, if you've seen those, that this does have a rooftop view for those who do dine here to see the fireworks. Even at any time of day, if you visit, you can come back and show that you had dinner there that night to see the fireworks. And you can't see them from inside the restaurant as well. So when looking at our menu, again, only dinner. But the number one thing people get when they visit California Grill is the sushi, which is the best on property here. So again, same types of things. But the sushi they have, and if you've ever seen any of those Disney shows they do on like TLC or the Travel Channel, they do always show the makings of this sushi here because it's just so large and extravagant. Great choices of entrees as well, and similar things. Bison strip, we saw that earlier. Redfish, same type of things. But again, the sushi is what they're known for. The location is exquisite and the views are incredible. So this is number 2 on my list. And number 1 on my list, which if you've been a Disney fan at any point or watched Disney vlogs or any videos, you may have already heard of this location and just assumed that it would have been number 1. The Victorian Albert is probably one of the most famous signature dining locations. It's got the AAA 5 Diamond Award every year since the year 2000. definitely has a dress code. In fact, there's lots of things you need to check into when looking at this location. They do have different rooms, but the one that is probably the cheapest to, if it's cheap, to dine is in just the regular dining area. They have a Queen Victoria room and a chef's table as well, but those will be a little higher in price. The wine collection, they have 700 selections, tons and tons to choose from. But this is the one location, as I was talking to you about earlier, that does not accept any of the dining plans except for the Platinum one. So if you're going to dine here, this will be a treat for your vacation. You will have to pay out of pocket, but it's totally worth it. And I'm not dining here. I just don't have the funds or want to do that. I just want to use the dining plan and use the credits I have there. But it's a 6-course meal, so they have the courses laid out here on the menu for you, and what you will get. And just here, I'll just let you figure that out. This is 1 course. So very, very, very expensive, but probably an experience you will never forget. Tons and tons of things will come out one at a time. And if you have had a fine dining experience before, it's very similar. The plate will be decorated very nice, and they'll have small portions of the food so that you're just not overwhelmingly full. But if you are thinking and considering this, I would check YouTube for people who have visited here before, just to see some of the cool experiences they have. It's an investment in a sense, but it's definitely worth it if you're on a honeymoon or taking an anniversary. I would love to hear from you if you do dine there and tell me what you think of it. Alright, so that's my top 10. I rushed through this pretty quick just to give you guys an idea of what research I've been doing and some things I've been considering when myself picking signature restaurants. So if you have dined at others that were not on this list, let me know. I would love suggestions for places to try out. I hope this helps in your planning, and if you need some assistance in planning your Disney vacation, I am an authorized Disney vacation planner with MickeyTravels, and my services are completely free, and I'd love to help you. You can contact me via my email below and my Facebook page as well. Have a magical day, and I hope that you have a wonderful holiday season that's approaching quickly. I will see you all really soon. Bye.